I'm Suzanne for Rogers Gardens, and today we're going to be discussing why fall is the best time for planting. When the weather cools down after summer, it is the best time to plant your shrubs and trees, a lot of good perennials. The reason for this is that the weather's cooling, we don't have to worry too much about heat stress of the plants, and most of the plants are going to go dormant during the winter, so they're going to stop growing, and they will spend that time during the cooler months just establishing themselves. In the spring, when they start growing, everything is going to be great because they will not be expending energy both ways. They'll do it first, the roots, and then the top. When you're planting in fall, keep track of the plants that you've put in, keep track of the plants that you've cut back during the season. One of the reasons that people become concerned is that they'll come in here and they'll say, my plant isn't growing, and they'll show us a picture or something and the plant looks perfectly healthy, but we'll ask, when did you plant it? And if you say fall, just keep in mind, it may be growing roots, but it probably isn't growing up top. Don't be impatient. That plant will grow. As long as it looks healthy, just keep doing your watering, which is watering deeply, less often. That's going to be the best way to get the plants established. And then also letting the rain, when we have it, do the work for you. It's a lot easier that way. Fall is also a great time to get good deals on plants. You might find some that are going dormant, and people in Southern California sometimes don't understand that, trees might lose their leaves, but that's so that they can look even more beautiful in the springtime. The Japanese maples, the cercis, or the redbuds, these plants are all going to lose their leaves in the fall, and it's a great time to prune them. You can see what the plant looks like. You can cut it the way that you want. You can trim it back. And when the plant isn't leafing out and expending energy while it's leafing out, you can really do a beautiful cut in there. These pittosporums here, they are not going to go dormant, but keep in mind they will need much less water in the winter, as do most plants. Planting hedges is a great activity for fall. Everybody loves a beautiful hedge, whether it's just a foot tall up to 15 feet tall. The time to do it is fall. The reason for this is that sometimes hedges and things like that, they need patience. You want to plant your plants far enough apart so that when they grow in and you have to prune it, you're going to have that space. And so when it's a cooler time of year, maybe we're not outside really looking at our gardens that much, your plants will have time to be spaced out and to grow in the spring, and then you can prune them. It'll look great. When hedge plants are grown a little too close together, when you prune them back, you're going to see a lot of stems and sticks and things like that, a lot of bareness. And when you give them time to grow, then you're going to have just green all year round. And of course, the best reason for utilizing fall as for planting is because it's much more fun to garden in the fall. The weather has cooled. You don't have to worry so much about sunburn. It is great to get into the garden when things are changing, leaves are falling, you can rake them up, you can prune your sages back and get everything kind of in order for the upcoming cooler weather. I love gardening in fall. I love planting in fall and thinking about the spring and how everything's gonna look. Take a handful of California poppy seeds and throw them on the ground. In spring, you will be rewarded with that super easy gesture. Thank you so much for joining me. I would love to invite you to rogersgardens.com for all of your shopping and home needs. We also have Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and of course our famous YouTube channel where you can subscribe and learn everything you need to know about growing plants.